Apparently, Donald Trump is a fan of the French president's wife. Let's take a look.
Oh boy. Okay. I am going to have a strange defense of Donald Trump in this story. Okay.
Oh God.
So yeah, if you're Donald Trump, you should be cognizant enough that you have a reputation as a creep and a pervert, that you don't go around complimenting first ladies' appearances when you run into them. I mean, not only did you go through the whole grab him by the da-da-da throughout the whole campaign and all the dozens of allegations, but you just got in trouble like a minute ago for hitting on that Irish reporter in the White House. It was like, oh, come here, you're hot, I see you, why, oh, she's smiling, she's got a pretty face. So
plus the flip side, attacking Mika's appearance and attacking women on their appearance constantly.
Right, so stop talking about women's appearances, especially if you're you, right? Having said that, I don't think he was doing it for that reason here. I
agree.
Okay, I think that what he was trying to do was butter up Macron. And why he's doing that is a more interesting story. So now there's a 24-year difference between Macron and his wife. And by the way, same thing for Donald Trump and his wife, except Donald Trump's wife is 24 years younger, Macron's wife is 24 years older. So I'm sure that somebody told Trump, hey, don't get wigged out, his wife is way older than him. So when he sees her, there's two possibilities.
Although still fairly young, far younger than Donald Trump himself.
I know, but you know him. So there's two possibilities. He sees her and he's like, oh, they told me you were older, but you're in great shape. Look at her, she's all right, she's okay. So that's just Donald Trump being an idiot. Okay, I think the second possibility, and maybe I'm giving him too much credit here, is that he's like, no, she's beautiful, she's in good shape. Macron, okay, you're 24 years old, but you're fine. You're fine. Look at this, she's hot. Okay, so if by itself,
do it. Like, okay, say you look lovely. That's fine. Don't say you're in beautiful shape. Don't talk about her shape.
Of course, no, he shouldn't have done it. I know. I'm just talking about why he did. Now, look, this is going to lead into an actual important issue. So sometimes we do these stories about the handshakes and stuff, and it's fun, right?
We'll get to that.
Yes.
Okay.
But I think there's something important in here too, because listen to Donald Trump's answer when asked about how dangerous Paris is. And how he has said the terrorists had basically taken over and you couldn't go to France or Germany. A reporter asked him about that and his answer is very curious, watch.
You were implying at the time that Paris was not safe anymore. You've also said that France and Germany are infected by terrorism and quote, it's their fault because they let people enter the territory. Those are very strong words. Would you repeat them today? And do you still believe that France is not able to fight terrorism on its own territory? Thank you.
You better let me answer that one first. That's a beauty. He's the one that asked the question. That wasn't even one of my picks. You know what? It's going to be just fine because you have a great president. You have somebody that's going to run this country right. And I would be willing to bet, because I think this is one of the great cities, one of the most beautiful cities in the world. And you have a great leader now. You have a great president. You have a tough president. He's not going to be easy on people that are breaking the laws and people that show this tremendous violence. So I really have a feeling that you're going to have a very, very peaceful and beautiful Paris. And I'm coming back. You better do a good job, please. Otherwise, you're going to make me look very bad.
So that is the nicest he has ever been to a foreign leader, other than the obvious.
Other than one guy we know. So look, that's actually a good pivot on Donald Trump's part, because it's pretty hard to answer in Paris why you thought Paris was uninhabitable earlier. And now he says, oh, it's going to be great. He didn't really answer the question of why did you say that and etc. But that's okay. It's a deft answer and a surprising one for Trump. But the real surprising stuff is that Macron was really tough on Trump before, both symbolically and also literally in the policies. But symbolically, he showed him up. He didn't shake his hand at first when they met with world leaders, and Trump had called for him to shake his hand first. And then when they finally shook hands in another incident, Macron shook the hell out of his hand and then later bragged that he did it on purpose.
And you could see the close-ups of like Trump's face, like.
Yeah, and So he had shown up Trump in several different ways. Trump nonetheless goes in with an obvious attempt to make an ally out of him. It's fascinating. No, you got a tough president. Not only is he a good president, he's gonna be tough on the terrorists. He does not say that to someone he's not buttering up. And then, oh, your wife, she's older, but she's in beautiful shape. Hey, not bad, beautiful. Oh, I like the shape, you know what I'm saying? That's Trump's way of complimenting you, okay? So now, I wouldn't have even brought up all of that, except for the fact that now all of a sudden there's rumblings that we might get back into the Paris Accord. Now, it's a little too hopeful.
I haven't really heard that.
Okay, it's too hopeful. It's the first time that I heard any hint of it, and I wouldn't have given it any credence except for this interesting display of trying to accommodate the French, which is totally unexpected from Trump.
It's a thoughtful approach. It's totally possible. I agree, Cenk. It could be as simple as, I looked at the whole presentation. Did you watch how the pomp and circumstance that they brought him in? They said not many foreign leaders come in and get the greeting that he received. They took him to the tomb of Napoleon, and they took him to all of these exclusive places that they reserve for their closest friends. And it could be as simple as Macron looked at the research and they were like, oh, you be nice to this guy and he's gonna do everything you want him to. As long as you go, you're the man. You know, you're cool. You're a good guy. Everybody calls you an a-hole. I like you're a good guy. Who knows what all the things they said to each other as they walked? And he could have been just like, he likes me. Okay, I like him too. He's so simple. And that's what the opposition research, talk about opposition research, is on Trump. Kiss up to him a little bit, and he's gonna do whatever you want him to do.
And he will say very nice things about you in public, and so it'll seem like he is conceding to you. It is a perfectly good alternative hypothesis.
There's many things, who knows?
Well, I guess we'll see. We can check back in like a month and see if there's been any movement on there.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we know that this guy, if you insult him, everything he's ever said about you doesn't matter now. He is your worst enemy. On the other hand, you compliment him and he is your best friend. He did that during the primary flip-flopping with Chris Christie and Kasich and all that. I think the JR is probably right there.
The New York Times once when they had one piece came out about him. He's like, oh yeah. He had a very fair piece on me one time.
He used to call into Joe Scarborough's show every day. Remember that?
Yeah. All right, so let's end on a fun note here and look at the more awkward handshakes. Now, again, this is with First Lady of France and Donald Trump.
And you can see the French First Lady, Madame Macron, who are waiting for the US President. Let's take this in for just a second. Who are waiting for the US President. Let's take this in for just a second.
He's such a spaz, man.
She's in good shape. She couldn't get her hand away, but she was really fighting. I could feel her strength.
What is wrong with him? Hold on.
It's almost like a zombie. Like once it's grabbed you, you got to get out of there. It's not going to let you go.
First of all, he knows that he's going to shake their hands. It happens all the time. So it's not even an unprompted thing. But let's see hypothetically, if you had to have an unprompted handshake, could it not be awkward? Cenk, shake my hand. That's not difficult. That is really not difficult, okay? I swear, we didn't script that, people. Okay, I think Trump should be able to do it.
Now let's do it if I was Donald Trump, okay?
Oh God, no, don't touch me, just don't touch me. Sorry, she didn't say that stuff. I was just reading her mind there.
Help us build independent media together. Come join us, tytnetwork.com/join.